Crossing the bridge to reality. Walk and talk 19. Don't fear. Walk and talk 19. Don't fear. Oh, just to start off, look, they've been spraying us all night. They don't spray here in a day because the people aren't used to any air traffic, you see, coming over in a day. So they spray them at night. How insidious they are. Well, I'm going to try a new little technique on the people flying these planes. I'm going to call it Operation Pilot Poltergeist, or Poltergeist Pilot. And that will entail a human being with the ability of taking over the electronics on board the planes as they're coming over in the night and making them dip, making the electronics on board the plane go awry, and we'll see how much they like spraying after that. It's worth a try. Anything's worth a try. So anyway, this video, however, is about don't fear, because what we're living through is an incredible time. Despite all of the chaos that's unfolding and is about to unfold, we still are witnessing how the big boys at the top, the sorcerers, we're witnessing how they do things, how they collapse an empire and raise another empire. We're witnessing all the techniques and tactics that they're using against us, the mind control, the weather control, and it's I find it extraordinary to witness. I find it scary. I find it quite incredible, and I'm most thankful to be alive to witness it with my eyes wide open, with my consciousness at the level that it is. I'm very pleased to be alive watching it unfold, and in many ways I wouldn't want the world in any other way. I'm quite pleased and happy and not fearful. I'm content to watch how these things are done, to observe the patterns that they use and the techniques that they use and how the people fall for it. It's a great level of knowledge to be obtained. You always find knowledge in pain and suffering. You never find knowledge in the times you're happy. It takes crisis for people to find the little gems and wisdom in those crises. And most people that go through crisis come out stronger people. So don't fear. The only fear you should have is the acronym forget everything and remember. But don't fear the falls at the top, because they can't make a tree, they can't make a butterfly, they can't make a hummingbird, they can't make a Bruce, they can't make me, they can't make you. They can only copy and make really bad copies, like junk copies. Nature takes care of it all. The great artist painted everything, and those sorcerers are incapable of copying the great artist. When I think of them, I don't think of them as being strong and powerful. I think of them as being ultimately pathetically stupid, because they're playing a game they can't win. And like I say, it's the oldest thing in the it's the oldest thing in the book, isn't it, to try and be the great artist themselves. That's why they have to chip everyone and control everyone, because that's the only way that they can pretend that they control anything, that they are masters over anything. They're weak, really. But in a way also, you've got to look at the situation we're in, and you've got to give the sorcerers a little bit of credit for how they're doing it, because I mean, they've done a pretty good job. It's amazing to watch. It's incredible to watch. So don't fear. Don't fear. And remember to keep yourself and not to subject yourself to anything that they've given you. And remember in my other videos to have no attachment here, and don't have any fear of death. It's a good idea to know or find out. I'll do a video on it, on what happens when a human dies or any life form dies. I'll do another video on that, to pay particular attention to that video, so that you, the listener, can understand how we separate, and then you will be able to separate on your own terms, in your own way, and completely free of any tricks and traps that they might have set for your spirit as it evaporates. That's the most important. They can't do anything with the soul yet. They can't do anything with the soul. That's what makes them less than the great artists, you see. But what they can do at this time is trap the spirit. And there's a little bit of a worry in there. Yeah, there's a bit of a concern about that. But all that can be avoided. And I'll speak about that in future videos. But just don't fear. Don't fear. Don't pull your hair out. Don't be depressed about what's happening. In this world at this time, it's going to need, in the times in the very near future, it's going to need people as representatives, to be strong people, to not cower or show any kind of fear. You need to show a firmness. You need to show those that are coming through and waking up, of which now there are many. You need to be an example to them, so that they don't fall into the trap of fear, so that they look up to you and understand how it is they need to be themselves in order to get through the mess we're going to go through. And it's going to be a big mess. When it comes to the election today, isn't it? That's the 5th of November today, if I'm right. That works. That works for me. Something I told Melissa the other day on a call, and I'll share it with you, the viewers. I'm a direct descendant. There's many of us, but I'm a direct descendant of Sir Thomas Percy, one of the head conspirators of the Gunpowder Plot. He's my 11th great grandfather, and he was responsible for. He was from a family of nobility, the Percy family, and it was him who rented out the cellar and made some of the other big plans to bring down the House of Parliament and members of the royal family, because the Catholics at that time were being there's someone crossing the path, some little dogs here. Bruce is good with other dogs, as long as they're good, he's good. Yeah, because the Protestants were treating the Catholics at that time so terribly bad, and that's why the whole plot came about. So yeah, nice to be doing a video all these years later. It's funny as well, because I did a lot of work over in Westminster. I feel a little ashamed to say, in my job. I've done many jobs in my past, but one of my last jobs was private security and protecting politicians. Oh, and media. It's good to get an inside eye. I could have fulfilled my 11th great grandfather's ambitions. I'm not that way inclined. So yeah, it's a quick video. Don't fear. Be strong in yourself. Be firm in yourself. Don't be depressed. Don't fall to anxiety and depression. Don't get on the drugs to calm yourself, or the drink. Stay clean. Try and get yourself fitter. Make yourself stronger. Learn more. And we're learning, I mean, this is the greatest time to learn as a human being. Because as I already mentioned, I never got any knowledge, gnosis, or any stronger for any of the happy times in my life. And in fact, most of the happy times in my life were fake happy times. They weren't real. But every sad time was a real sad time. Every depressing time was a great time to learn and was real. It wasn't fake. And I wasn't misled during the times of suffering and sadness and pain. And I come out the other side of many suffering, sadness and painful experiences. And I came out stronger. And that strength is available to everyone. Some of you probably already understand this. Now it's just like the world, that's a micro, so I'm talking about my micro experiences. This is the macro. This is the macro experience would be the whole world is going through pain, tribulation, suffering, chaos. And we're just at the beginning of it going really bad. So their stage is set, and they're about to set it right up. And I think today's election, I was just going to say, I think they're going to get Kamala to demoralise the Republicans. I could be wrong, of course, but I don't think they're going to allow an act of Trump for another 4 years. They haven't got that time. They need someone in there, like the rat roach Kamala. They need someone in there who's going to do their bidding. Well, Trump did their bidding as well, just as much. But they need Kamala because they want to demoralise the patriots and the Republicans. They want to demoralise them, and then they want to see the Republicans and patriots kick off. So they'll probably make the election look totally rigged again on purpose. And then I think that's when you're going to start to see the patriot movement start to kick off and take things into their own hands. And then from there, the martial law element can be put into things. And they can they've already put it into the bill, haven't they, in the United States, so they can set the military onto the people. Let's have a look at our beauties here for a sec. So yeah, don't fear. If you fear, use the one I told, the acronym I told you. Forget everything and remember. Yeah, this is the best time to advance in consciousness through pain, chaos and suffering. And where there is a will, there is always a way. Something I can tell you about the soul. It's the soul that makes a human being very difficult to kill or be killed. And I know this from the past. I've been around a fair amount of death in complicated situations. And I can tell you that it's very difficult to kill a human being because there's that little spark inside them that just wants to live. And if it wants to live, then life is so. And as we go through this chaos and stuff, hold on to that. Hold on to the fact that you've got a soul. And your soul is strong beyond words. Very silent, very quiet and very subtle it is. That driver inside the carriage, being pulled by two horses. It's the horses that are noisy. The driver's silent, subtle, powerful. He controls the ship. He controls the car. And ultimately controls the horses, and it is the drop that comes from the bucket of the great artist. So hold on to that. There's a part of you that can live through and get through anything. That's called the soul. I'll give you any examples on that. I never really worry about anything, nothing at all. The video I did a few weeks ago, the geoengineering video. In that video, I don't normally talk about myself or tell people what's going on in my world, because this isn't about my world. But this is an example of how you cope with things that hit you. I hardly ever get sick at all, and well, I never get sick. Because I know how to deal with all sicknesses, right? But on this occasion I'd done it to myself and I didn't know what was happening, and one of my lungs had closed down. And in that geoengineering video I'm literally operating with one lung. One of my lungs had completely closed down. I've got it back online now somewhat, and it's slowly repairing, but that was my fault. I did something, I created something and put it into myself, and that's what it did to me. But you see, that's how we learn. That's how I know for a fact that if anything's the only thing that's going to take me down is me. It's our beauties. They can hear us, look, they're responding to us, they can hear us coming through. Woo! 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 Yeah, so I didn't have any fear when that happened, and my lung was offline for I was operating with one lung for about 3 weeks, and I was going through enormous amounts of trouble as I was under that, as I was under that sickness, self-induced. I was for about 2.5 months. I wasn't sleeping at night, etc. But we keep going and we don't worry. I never worried about it. But I know it's all going to be all right. It always is all right. It's a mindset. It's about controlling them horses and making sure them horses are operating on behalf of the driver, the soul, and then all your fears go away. The only thing that has fear is one of them two horses. Your soul absolutely has no fear, has no stake in the outcome. It has nothing has nothing of any form of feelings. It just is. I love this water. Look how clear, crystal clear it is. Normally find a few crabs in there. Jungle crabs are delicious. Alright, so I'll leave it there. Remember, don't fear. And remember, you've got this. We've all got this. We're all going to get stronger as we go through this. And if we pass, we'll pass on our own terms. And I'll teach you all about that in a future video. Be blessed, all of you. Be kind. Well, kind to the good ones anyway. Rooski! Come say goodbye, Roo. What's going on, Roo? Oh, I don't know. What to say about the Rooski blaming Roo?